Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Triple T. That stands for Tips, Tricks, Tutorials. Today, I'm going to be joined by a very special guest, and we're going to get to all of the questions that you may have about Discord. I can make money from that as a creator. What? That's what we're talking about today. So if you're excited for that, make sure you drop a thumbs up and a follow. And I'm also going to read a bio real quick, and then we're going to bring her on screen. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, this is Keely Dunn. So she heads up a YouTube channel called Discord for Creators. She also has another. You might know her as FH Humphreys, I think. FG Humphreys, something like that. And then, but now her new channel is dedicated to helping content creators build engaged and valuable communities on Discord. And if you weren't here for it on Saturday, she helped me do a makeover of my own Discord. So if you haven't joined that Discord, well, what are you waiting for? You could be one of dozens of people in there. But Keely comes from the world of field hockey, and she's been fully immersed in that for the last 35 years. And now she has been a player, a coach, and an administrator, and now she is also been an international umpire for 16 years. So I think what's really neat about her, so she has so much experience in this, but she's also a trained lawyer and practiced civil litigation for 3 years. So don't mess with her because, you know, she could sue you. So let's just talk about all of that information. And now if you want to, you should know she has her own Discord server. She is a server administrator for Doc Rocks and Let's Get Live, as well as another, which is, oh gosh, it's in here somewhere. It's called Silver Lining Home Place. So we're going to talk about all of that and get into more, but she's going to tell you all about how you can monetize with Discord. So I'm going to bring her in. Everyone, I need a round of applause in the comment section. Give her some little emojis, okay? Welcome, Keely Dunn. Welcome to the show. Welcome.
Hello.
You're looking great.
Hello, everybody.
You're looking great.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Now, we have a very important question that we always kick things off with on a Thirsty Thursday. There's your first hint. Do you know what that question is, Keely?
Is it about what I might have in my glass?
It is. It's called What's in Your Cup. So Keely, today, as our special guest, why don't you tell us what's in your cup?
Tonight, I am so excited about this, friends. I have 200 grams of Angus Bull Cabernet Sauvignon from the Central Victoria region in Australia. Oh, it's going to be a good show, friends.
Cabernet Sauvignon. Oh, it's a good one. I love a good cab. And typically, I do drink a lot of reds, and sometimes they're from like the Gary V Wine of the Month Club. Today, though, I thought, you know, summer wine and the pouring's easy. We're going with something else. It's a raspberry port-style dessert wine, but since that is too sweet by itself, we're going to do that in a glass, and then we're also going to mix in, I'm so low-tech here, strawberry lemonade sparkling ice for a little cocktail.
That sounds amazing. Oh, my goodness.
We'll see.
If I had known that we could get fancy, I would have gone fancy.
Oh, this is not fancy at all. I will have you know, though, once there's this dessert port wine, and these are nice because they're from Eastern Washington, where, you know, my hometown is. But the Eastern Washington, they have a vanilla port from this same winery, and I would do that in with root beer, and it was like adult root beer floats.
Oh, wow.
And so Gary V Wine, if you're ever out there, or wines.com, hit me up. I'm looking for, you know, I'm always down for a sponsor that involves wine. So cheers to you.
Okay. Cheers to you, Shelly. And I am looking into dessert port wine very, very soon.
So good. Get the vanilla port one. They also have a different port one. They actually have a root beer port one too. And so it's delicious. Delicious, because I would throw in the vanilla ice cream, and oh, so good. And everyone out there, let us know what's in your cup. Please let us know what's in your cup. So Keely, we're going to start with what first got you onto YouTube, because you have 2 YouTube channels, and as Doc Rock likes to say, we've got 2 side helpfuls that have come out from them. So, but first, let's rewind a bit. What got you onto YouTube?
Oh boy. I've had a YouTube channel for FH umpires, which stands for Field Hockey Umpires. Works in my community, works with nobody else in the world, totally fine with that. And I've had that for years and years, but didn't really know that you could create videos. It was just the way in which I consumed content. And about a year before the pandemic hit, I thought, oh, maybe I should put some videos up. Maybe I should, just see how this goes. And I just sort of trifled with it. And then, like, I don't know, 99% of creators out there on the YouTubes, everything hit March 2020. And I went within months all in. I was live streaming. I was doing produced videos, 2 or 3 produced videos a week, and just learning from the bottom up. And that's obviously when I started putting content there, that's when that community started growing. And I started seeing how different pieces of the puzzle could all fit into a monetization strategy for something that I was really passionate about doing.
Yeah. Now, how did you get into being a server Discord, manager for like Doc Rock and the other place, the silver place that is listed?
Silver Lining Home Place.
Silver Lining
Yes,
Home.
Dina Taylor's property. All good, all good. So that came about really organically because I had started my own FH Empires Discord server in March last year. So I should actually check what the anniversary date is because I should throw a little party and send a gift to the 2 young men who got me involved in this. One of them was a 15-year-old from the Netherlands who was part of my umpiring community, just a young, fun kid. And in the gamer sort of space. And he said, Keely, you got to get a Discord on one of my live streams. And I was like, what's a Discord? Why would I want to do that? And he just kept pestering me. And I put him off for a little bit. But then I thought, you know what? Why not try it? Right. I don't want to be that 50-year-old who's like, nah, I'm not doing new stuff. That's too hard to learn. And I quickly saw the potential in it. And I saw how the people who started coming in from my community, who had been part of my live streams, who were my members that I already had, who commented on my social media posts, they started coming together like this. And I got so excited about it. And then, like all good nerds, and Shelly, I know you're a great nerd, I wanted to learn about it and I wanted to make it better and I wanted to try this. And I had all these ideas and, the business side and the nerd side all coming together in this, and so I just started teaching myself. And that is kind of the cool thing is that this reminds me of, back like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when everything was wild, wild west and everybody just taught themselves stuff about computers. That's what I did with Discord. And then when Doc said to me, I'd been kind of pestering him a little bit, but at the beginning of the year, he said, okay, yeah, right. I was like, Doc, I hate Facebook. Let's get your people off Facebook. And he said, fine, if you think Discord is so awesome, then here's my, not so great server, make it good. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And I just set up his server much like mine had evolved into over time, over that year. And yeah, now I'm still a server manager and I'm going to conduct an experiment this week with adding automated live stream roles for people within LGL. When they go live, you'll be able to see that they're live and you'll be able to click on them and be able to go to their live stream at that moment. So that's what I'm setting up for him this week. Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Okay, so for people who may be watching don't even know what Discord is, do you want to explain what Discord is? I kind of explain it to people as like a Slack or like some other kind of communicative like platform. But since you are an expert at, what would you call Discord?
I would call it a combination of all the things that you want to get away from, but has the best of them all in that one place. So Facebook, Messenger, particularly WhatsApp, Slack, as you said, Zoom, Teams, all that kind of stuff. Old school bulletin boards, internet relay chats for the old folk around here. All of that all in one piece in a way that you can truly make your own. So I think a lot of people, maybe they know, oh, my 15-year-old is on Discord. He's a gamer and he's saying, don't come into Discord. This is my place. And they're all scared the adults are going to take over. Well, of course, like the olds are going to take over. We're going to wreck it. That's
first of all, we invented the internet. Okay. So let's just start there.
Right.
But I feel like they feel that way too. Like we wrecked Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. We're coming for TikTok, like we're here.
Yeah, we are.
We're staying. We're not going anywhere. And, if you don't want to be grounded, just get out of our way. Like
exactly. And you know why we're doing all those things? Because there is money available to be made and communities to be built and value to be provided. And that's why the olds get into these spaces because they're dope. So yeah, that's where that all came from. And Doc is actually the reason that I started Discord for creators just over a month ago now. He said, yeah, you're really good at this and people are going to want to talk to you about it. So start the business now.
That's awesome.
I said, okay.
So
he's kind of smart.
He is smart, right? One thing I do want to bring everyone's attention to is if you are new to Discord and maybe new to setting up a server, or you want to go through a checklist of items that you may want to look at as you're setting up a server, we went through it on my live stream when Keely was checking my server, but there is a freebie down in the description box first line, and it should be 10 tips for setting up your Discord server. So I'd highly recommend that you go get that. It's from Keely, and giving you the run through of different things that you want to look at, different settings and different kind of, like, if you're a little confused with where to start, that's a good place to get started. And like for myself, I had a Discord sitting empty for, a couple years really. And I feel like sometimes that happens for a lot of us. Like, we get it and we claim these spaces, maybe a Slack, a Discord, all these things. But now trying to turn the tide into, how do I use it? How do I make it more active? How do I make it cool? But now the next above that is, how do I actually use it as a money-making activity? And on this channel, we do like to talk about, how can we build our revenue pie? And is this a slice that we should be including? So I'd love to hear a little bit about your plans about how do you plan to monetize, or how should creators think about monetizing on Discord? And like, where could they get started with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I needed to realize that Discord is just a part of my entire community journey, as it were. Some people talk about funnels, and I absolutely hate the word funnels, and they give me the heebies. So I look at it as, it's kind of like our relationship between myself and one of my community members. So social media as a platform is the place where people get to meet me, like, call it community Tinder, and people can which I can't remember.
That's
which
one of the swiping ones, right?
Yeah, it's one of the swiping.
I don't know which direction is the good direction though.
Okay, so the good direction, people see.
Let's call it the good direction. Yeah, I don't know if it's swipe right for good or swipe left. I don't know.
Somebody's going to tell me very soon.
Okay,
in the
please
comments
do.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think right would be good.
Tell us if you're on Tinder, because
for some reason I just have it in my head that swiping right is good. Like, you're looking for Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, maybe.
Swipe right. Yeah. That totally makes sense from a UI perspective.
But watch, it's probably wrong.
Love that. There you go. So social media is the discoverability, right? And for me, that is almost just trying to get out into people's faces that when it came to FH umpires, hey, there's somebody out here on these internet streets teaching people how to umpire better. And people are like, what? It's brand new. From there, I direct them to my YouTube channel and to the live streams and the recorded videos. Okay, so now we're going out on a date. Okay, we're going on a date. We have a live stream, and I'm like, hey, do you like this? Is this good value? Are you enjoying this? You want to do this a little more often? I have a place where you can come and talk to me more often, and it's the Discord server. So that is the place where we can deepen our relationship and see if we really like each other, because it's got to be a two-way street, and people can see, oh, I can meet your family and I can meet your friends, my community, and go, oh, I really like these people. I think I could get into a long-term relationship with this person. And then it gets into the real membership, the real membership area, the purchasing, the products and that sort of thing, which integrates with my website. But that's the last layer. So people, I think, mistake Discord for another discoverability social media platform, and it's not. It's not that. This is the place where you really can deepen that connection, so you can bridge the gap between, oh, we've gone on a couple dates, and let's get the U-Haul sorted.
Oh, the U-Haul. All right. That's like serious business. That's more than do you like me? That's just like, we're doing this thing. We're all in now.
Exactly.
I want you to know
you need
that
the Discord to bridge that.
Callie she did say that swipe right is for the good ones. So
okay, good.
Thank you so
job,
much
Holly.
for that, because we were both kind of like head scratching. I'm like, I'm making up reasons for why we think it's this direction. But watch, it comes back, like totally wrong. Like, I don't know.
It's so inventive. I appreciate that creativity. That was great.
And also I want to say hi to Rob Balasamas. Canadian Rob is in the house, and to Annette and to Adam. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And also thank you to all of the moderators and channel members that are here. So
absolutely.
you have a Discord server that you've created for your FH umpires, right? And it's now about to hit 500, right?
Yes.
And you said, how long did it take you to be able to build up your server to that size, and how did you really kind of start to get people into it? Was it linking it in, in your videos? Was it talking about it? Like, I know you used to be kind of bigger on Clubhouse when I was way back in the day. I think that's how we might have first met, is I was in a room with you and you had questions about YouTube, and I remember looking at your profile photo and I was like, field hockey umpires, this is rad, and thinking like this should be like such a cool channel. And then we ended up crossing paths later in the LGL community, but I remember you specifically from a Clubhouse room experience.
Yes.
But I would just love to know, how have you found the Discord experience, like getting the people in there?
I think it's kind of like building your first YouTube channel. You don't know what you don't know. So you don't know what's hard, what's easy, what's slow, what's fast, all that kind of thing. So I'm looking, and I was just thinking tonight, looking at my Discord for Creators YouTube channel going, wow, it's really small. It's really small. It's going really slow. But that's because when I was growing FH umpires, I was just like, hey, I'm putting out video. I had nothing to compare it to, no grounds to compare myself or punish myself or be worried. I was just like, I'm doing this thing. It's great. And everything was a nice discovery. And that is what building your Discord server should feel like. I don't think there's any metrics. I don't think there's anything that you need to look at and say, oh, my server isn't as hot as Rob Balasabas' server, or it's not as hot as LGL.
None of us can be,
Right?
It's the hairstyle, man. In droves, they flock. Can't do it.
I think the most important thing that I realized as I was going along was this is going to grow organically in direct proportion to how much energy I put into it. And because I felt really strongly that I needed, I know, right? Sorry.
Shots fired. Ow.
Do you feel yourself in this?
Ow. It's fine. I got wine.
But yes. So in order to grow it, I talked about it incessantly on my live stream. So there was this running joke that the kid who got me involved, Niels, he would say in the comments, like immediately, have you joined the Discord server? And then I'd be like, hey, did you know I have a Discord server? And we would just play this because I knew it was annoying for the people who had already heard this a million times. But we don't appreciate how many times people need to see an opportunity to get more engaged with us as content creators in order for them to want to take that leap. And it might be just a random thing one day. I have people who have said, I've been watching your videos for 3 years now, and I just joined the Discord server today because season's starting, and I've been watching you for a long time, and wouldn't this be fun? That's out of the blue, So it can take a lot of repetition. Sometimes somebody just sees you for the first time and they run in. The important thing is to really think about retention. Think about server retention instead of just viewer retention on YouTube. So for me, I greet every single I greet every person who comes into my server personally. I send them a DM and I say, hey, have we met? And I've got some auto text that helps me do that.
I did receive one of those. Yes.
There you go.
I did.
And I'll ask, hey friend, have we met before? Where do you umpire? Tell me about, how did you find us, sort of thing. Not to be digging for data, because I want to get to know them. And then we have a conversation, and then I say, this is awesome. I can't wait to hear you help us in the Discord server. And get in there. Do you have any concerns about it? Any questions? And I really cultivate this feeling that they are going to be safe. They're welcome. It's going to be a fun place for them. And then off we go to the races. It doesn't mean that every single person gets in the server and starts blah, blah, blahing. There's lots of people who join and they're very quiet. They are lurkers and introverts by nature. You know what introversion's like. So I don't pound on that, but I really feel like I've done everything I can as a community leader to say, this is going to be your place. Come on into my home, meet all my friends. They're really nice. They're really cool. And let's get to know each other. And that to me has been the biggest component of server growth.
Okay. I went ahead and dropped your Discord link in the chat. I think.
Thank
I
you.
don't know. I think I dropped mine too. If you didn't know, I also have a server. It's
Yes,
small,
you do.
but small. So we're working on that. I was going to say mighty. We're getting there. We're getting there. So tell me a little bit about why you wanted to use Discord for monetization versus a Patreon, a Thinkific platform, something else like a Uscreen or some video on demand behind a paywall. Like, why Discord? Why was that the right place for you?
Well, my FH Umpire server monetization process involves Discord, but it also involves my website because that meets the needs of what I'm providing to that community. So, for example, my members get access to a library of resources that I host on a WordPress website that has all kinds of metadata. It's very searchable. It is a library of umpiring clips. There's 450 up there right now and still growing. And that's just one of the components of the membership. So I needed it to tie into the website and that sort of thing. When it comes to Discord for creators, what I'm providing there is an opportunity for us to work together to build your server out the way that you want to. I can provide all the membership activities and conduct that transaction, as it were, just right in Discord. So why would I build out a a website? Why would I join up on Kajabi? Why would I do those things? Because I can show people the power of Discord by example. It doesn't mean it should be everybody's only component. I think it really depends on what you are creating as a content creator, what your community wants from you, and whether that fits in that strategy. But Discord will have a place within that strategy. It's just whether you've got some other branches that all tie that together.
So tell me a little bit about how you're actually the nuts and bolts of the logistics. So how do you take payment, or how do you know who to let into specific locked rooms, probably with how do you make sure that the information doesn't get leaked out into other channels? Like, are there any safeguards? Do you have any kind of information about how you kind of structure that?
Yeah, absolutely. So on Discord for Creators as the server, you can automate that process of memberships completely using the Me6 membership feature. And so when someone purchases a membership through Me6, it gets processed on Stripe as the payment merchant platform. And then a role gets automatically assigned to that person. And what I would do is I would have a category with a number of channels built in that only that role can access. And within those channels under that category, I would then offer all of the things that they're looking for. So we would have private Q&A where they get my very undivided one-on-one attention. We run our group discussions and workshops on particular topics on how to build a server out. And oh, you have this business idea? Oh, here's somebody who's been doing a very similar thing. Let's talk about it there. So we have all these ways in which we can provide a very special and valuable service to just those members who are part of your inner community, your super fans. And it is really convenient and really quite easy to set up.
I forgot that you're Canadian, aren't you? Oh,
Because I said that's a few times.
with the process. Yeah, with the process. And I was like, oh, there it is. Oh,
Not
yeah.
every Canadian does it. Not every Canadian does it. But
No, I sometimes when I
yeah.
hear it, I'm like, oh, wait, there it is. So here's one thing that, some people need to think about. There are costs associated with running a business, a platform, a kind of membership site. Now, whether you're doing it, like you just mentioned, Kajabi, Thinkific, anywhere else, depending on the plan, it could be anywhere from $30 to $80 to $100 per month. Now, with Discord, I'm assuming, is the Me6, does that have a monthly cost, or is it just a percentage, like a processing fee with Stripe, or how does that work as a cost? Because people want to probably piece together, is it cheaper for me? Is it better to be here versus pay for other?
That's actually a really good question of something that I should do a direct cost comparison and
Yeah.
try to apples to apples it as much as I can and do a spreadsheet of that for sure. But Discord in and of itself, like a lot of products out there and a lot of platforms, it's a freemium model, where you can be a part of Discord and you can run your own servers in Discord for nothing.
For free,
But if
right?
you want better features, then you will want to pay. So as an individual, there's something called a Discord Nitro membership, which you pay for, that allows you to have things like multiple server profiles. So you can have a different kind of persona and business presentation in one place, and then you can go into a gamer server and you can be like somebody mysterious and cool. I don't know what gamers do, but I'm sure it's cool stuff.
They're very mysterious and cool, whatever it is.
They are very
That's
mysterious.
the type of person you swipe right on.
That's right. That's right. So, and you also have the ability to boost your own server or other people's servers. And when you have a boosted server, you get more capabilities like high definition video. You can get up to 4K, 60 frames per second screen sharing in Discord, which, let's face it, if you get, I don't know, if you get 0.25K in Zoom, it's like a day of celebration, right? I mean, how many of us have had to deal with crappy resolution there? But this is a platform built for gamers who want to show off their gaming. So resolution is going to be a big priority. Great audio and all those sort of things. So Me6 as a bot. So this is one of the most popular bots in the world to use on people's Discord servers. It has moderation features and different plugins for social media platforms and that sort of thing. If you buy the premium, it's been a while since I've bought it now, but I think you pay maybe 99 Freedom dollars for a lifetime membership, and you can put Me6 on a bunch of platforms. Wow. I'm a big fan, and I know it's not a sustainable model for businesses, but from a consumer perspective, I love the flat fee stuff because I know that I make that one investment, and now I'm like, I'm going to turn this and I'm going to make that money back, and then everything after that is free. And I just love that model.
Well, so much better than like the 15, when they start to like nickel and dime and you add up all the subscriptions that you have, whether it's, your email host at $20 a month, and then Kajabi at, $99 a month, and you add in something else at $45 a month, and it just adds up to quite a bit. Yep. And so, so you're saying $99 for a lifetime for this bot that can help you with assigning the roles and giving the access that you need, that you configure for the right channels and such.
Exactly.
That's so much better than some of like, okay, so like I currently have a course up on Thinkific, and I think it still costs me like $40-50 a month, something like that. I just pay annually. But like, if you think about that, $99 for a lifetime subscription to something like that, I host my content behind that kind of private place. It seems like a much more economical type of way. Oh, so Pixel Pia wanted to say, just check the lifetime for the bot Me6 is $89.99 for US dollars. So maybe it's 99 Canadian. I don't know.
Yeah.
The exchange rate.
Yeah, I got the Moose and the Freedom all mixed up, but yes, there you go.
Okay, so $89.99 for something like that. And then one thing that we talked about before, because I had the question, I was like, well, why would I maybe put it behind a Discord server versus like an unlimited private chat or private live stream for channel members or something? And I know you were kind of like, well, you could kind of do both. You could still stream it, keep a recording of it, like, because you start up a recording in Ecamm or something if you still want to have it, and then like strip out parts of it or something, because Discord itself doesn't allow for replays of items. So if you wanted to have something for your members or subscribers to go back and watch, then you could put it someplace else, like maybe a unlisted video or something like that for them. Yeah,
absolutely. And that's kind of part of the model of it not being such an expensive service. I mean, obviously the Kajabis and the Uscreens and the Thinkifics of the world, a lot of their fee base is storage because these videos take up a lot of room. We've got YouTube and we can put things up there, and they want us to put our content up there. So you put that under unlisted as unlisted streams or produced videos, and then you simply link to that, but the links are contained under, private channels. And if you're worried about people, distributing your unlisted links, well, you've got other problems in your community that aren't going to be solved by technology.
We swipe left on those people.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Yeah, left. Yeah, you absolutely do.
Left for the bad ones.
Yeah.
Thanks,
what's really nice is that you can incorporate all these pieces of your workflow that you already have. And I'm assuming, I mean, we're here on YouTube, probably a lot of your audience have presences on YouTube. So you can work the two together. And with streaming software like Ecamm, you can then, simultaneously push out your content, or you can just record it in Ecamm and then you can put it up on YouTube later, and you can just link to it all over the place. And it's a really nice, powerful way of providing that kind of video value without having to pay somebody to store it for you.
Right. Now you were saying that one of the ways that you're going to create a course. You want to tell people about that?
Oh yeah. So one of the things I had just an absolute flash of inspiration. I'm sure there's other people who are doing exactly this somewhere else in the world, but I haven't seen it. And I Googled really hard to try to find other examples. But I'm going to create my soup to nuts to bolts, whatever. I'm going to create my course material for teaching people how to set up their own servers inside Discord, and it's going to be contained in a number of channels that you unlock by emoji reacting to the videos that you've watched. So
and you won't know which emoji, well, except for the one that counts, that shows you which emoji, right?
Yeah, you're going to know. So if you want to skip a lesson, again, you've got more problems, okay? And they aren't part of the 99. You can skip things. But if you want that drip style content and you want to know, all right, I've checked off how to train a moderator. I've checked off how to lock down my permissions. I've checked off how to create membership plans. Then you'll be able to do that, and you'll be able to unlock the steps sequentially as best as we can organize some of the chaos that Discord servers are, and learn the material that way. So I'm really excited about that. That's something I'm going to be working on very hard in the next several weeks. Hopefully it won't take me too long, but what I'll be doing is recording those videos and putting them up on YouTube, and then just link them into these Discord channels. And the best part of that, Shelly, and I think this is where the real power comes in, is that this is inside where my community hangs out. So the place where they're talking to each other, the place where they're asking me questions, they can just stay there and do a course, and they don't have to go to a different platform for that. They don't have to go to an external website that feels a little like, oh, is this actually Shelly's place? I don't know. It kind of feels a little, it's kind of like gray boxes, and it's not really me. Your Discord server is going to just exude your personality, and your people are going to be very close in it. And so the engagement, I think, is going to be so much higher. And that's been my experience, that people's engagement with my membership offerings in FH Umpires have just been incredible, because we're all right there. And we're all checking in with each other all the time. So
now this is something that you would configure in your bot, where it's like maybe they go through this video and then the bot spits out the link or something, and then it goes through sequentially the next one. Is that kind of, is that right?
Yeah. What it'll do is when you've watched a video in a channel and you emoji react, you'll get a new role that says, okay, you're now this person. You are level 2, section or module A. And suddenly you can see the next channel where the next lesson or the next module is. So that's how that's all going to be configured. It won't be the right solution for everybody, and I don't mind that, but it just shows one of the creative ways that you can use Discord to meet your community's needs.
Yeah. That sounds like a neat idea, because also for some of the budget conscious, it seems like a really inexpensive way to be able to harness getting the end user to the correct video and having it automated. You don't have to babysit that process unless they have some sort of issue with the video didn't play or something else. And I'm sure you could probably configure some sort of customer service bot to answer some frequently asked questions or something. But if you think about it, it's really, once you have created the videos, it's a passive income type of thing. Like, you don't have to be involved if they decide that they want to purchase it. You don't have to be involved with when they decide to, put in their credit card information. You don't have to be involved with sending them that first message with, here's your first video, and so on and so forth until they complete it. So it's really, once you have done the videos, it's kind of hands off through the whole process.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of it.
That sounds great.
The hands that you have on there are going to be actually helping the people who have bought the course and who are working through the material understand the material better and show them that, hey, I'm here to make sure that you're going through this process and you're understanding what's happening. And hey, oh, did you get a great idea from this module? Let's talk about it right here where the module is. And I think that is where you, as a community leader, as a content creator, that's where you want to spend your energy, because that's how you move away from the single transaction model of a course to we're in a long-term relationship, and like the U-Haul's already pulled away with our stuff and we're already in our new place together.
Yeah. So we
and
have
that's
a question.
Where I'm trying to get.
We have a question from Pixelpia, and she's asking, can you have multiple Discord servers? Example, can I have one for my Pixelpia and then another one for my blog, which is totally different from Pixelpia? So is there any limit on how many Discord servers you could have?
I know there's a limit to how many Discord servers you can be in. And I think that is the same limit. So that counts against how many servers you can own. But I mean, really, Pixelpia, you can have absolutely separate servers. And that's what I have, is that I've got a server just for FH umpires. And I can actually see there's a couple people who have followed me from FH umpires and who are in my chat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're one of my umpiring people. What are you doing here? Like it's a weird clashing of worlds. But I've got that, and then I've got my Discord for creators. And then, there's other spaces, other servers I'm in that are very separate and very different. And you can have different levels of involvement, different personalities, different interests. And I think it makes it really, really fun. And it doesn't have to necessarily trace back to you as a person, the way that Facebook really does kind of all tie back to you as a person.
Now, one thing is they're all going to be under the same profile unless you have the Nitro thing to have a different visible profile of who you are inside of these different servers, correct?
Yes, absolutely. And I think, for me, Nitro is just a no-brainer of an investment to pay monthly so that you get 100 megabytes of upload space instead of 8, to have the multiple server profiles, to have better screen sharing options attached to you so that you're able to share your screen and share your content at 1080p instead of 720 and 60 frames per second instead of 30 and that sort of thing. To me, it's just, if you are a content creator, if you're a business person and you're on Discord, it's a no-brainer for me. And then you get to boost your server and boost other people's servers for less money. And that's a good thing.
So let's actually circle back to that real quick. You just said, and if you're a business. So do you think that businesses should have Discord servers or should participate in Discord servers?
I think a lot of them should. And it depends on what the business is doing. So I'm a member of a lot of servers, like the TubeBuddy server, or some of the bots that I've paid to have subscriptions to, or I've paid the one-time premium license fee. I'm in their servers because it's a great way to provide customer support. So the vendors are able to have this very direct content, faster than Twitter, more, you can just shape the conversation, I think, a lot more artfully and a lot more intimately, instead of it being a little bit like, bang, I've sent you a tweet and bang, I'm going to reply. And it, that can be a little confrontational, but when you're in the same space together, you can shape it like, oh, thank you for letting me know that is broken. Let's talk about how we're going to fix it. Thank you so much. And it just feels a lot more intimate. So it's a great way, again, to strengthen the relationship that a business can have if they are a product-based vendor with their community, I think. But if you are a content creator and you're all about, helping your people achieve their goals in whatever space you're in, I just can't see a reason why you wouldn't be in Discord for those purposes, just because of how much you can build the relationship with your people.
So let's talk about, so you have talked about creating a course or having some premium content behind some of these paywalls, but what other ways could someone maybe make Discord work for them financially? Maybe if private sessions with you to talk about field hockey umpiring type things, or like other, like, how would you kind of advise if someone is like, okay, I don't want to create a course, but what are some other ways that people might be able to use their Discord?
Okay. Well, memberships are one of the biggest areas I think that you can monetize, and what you provide to your people can vary widely depending on what you're doing. So for me and FH umpires, my members get access to, I call them watch parties, where we watch games together and I will talk through a game as it's going from an umpiring perspective, and I'll describe what I'm seeing and what I'm thinking, and I'll say, hey everybody, watch this moment because this is going to come back. We're going to see more out of this because this player's unhappy, and we have this conversation, and it's a two-way conversation. So people can either participate in a chat that's going along with those kind of activities, or they can be in the voice channel talking back to me. They can be on camera so I can see their faces when I'm telling them things. And if they're going, or if they're going, yeah, I can respond to that. So that level of understanding and learning is just so much higher. You can have exactly those kind of workshop experiences. Let's say you're doing a cooking channel. So my friend Dina Taylor of Silver Lining Home Place is going to do a cook along where she's going to have a small group of people who are going to make the recipe that she's making at the same time that she is. And they'll be able to be on camera. And if they have a question like, hey, Dina, are my onions browning properly? Can you have a look? And they put their camera over it and Dina can say, oh, no. You need 2 more minutes with those. And boom. Okay, cool. And so that kind of feedback you can give, I mean, you just can't measure it, and it'll just be incredible. But once you've moved away from sort of the membership style stuff, and we've already talked about the courses, you can actually sell products in Discord using a bot called, for example, upgrade.chat. It's called as the bot. It's a weird name. Don't ask me. Don't at me. But with
everyone ask her and at her.
No, don't. I just said upgrade.chat. You can actually provide a storefront for your physical and digital products. So if you're selling and then you die t-shirts, Shelly Nathan, March 24th, 2022. Okay. All the funny things that Shelly says, you're selling your merch, you're selling templates, you're selling your LUTs for Final Cut Pro, you're selling, whatever it might be, digital and physical, you can do it with bots without having to have a separate website and a separate storefront. And yes, these things, there are fees attached to it. You will be paying merchant credit card processing fees with Stripe, which is one of the main partners with many of these bots. But the overall costs, I think, are a lot less prohibitive, especially when you're at the scale where you're just starting out.
Yeah.
And yet a lot of things are going to be automated. So the overhead on your time, once you have it set up, is going to be minimal. So there are, I think, a lot of options available.
One thing I was thinking about too is maybe if you were a voice teacher or something, maybe you could do voice lessons and you could even sing along with the song and you wouldn't have to worry as much about some of the copyright stuff if they wanted to play some sort of popular song. And then
exactly.
That could be kind of cool.
Why do you think I do a watch party in Discord? And why do you think Discord grew up around gamers? Because they wanted people to watch them playing games. But if they put that up on YouTube, they'd get taken down.
Yeah.
Like nobody's business. And I know things have changed in that landscape. And I've gone through my own copyright fights with some of the field hockey coverage providers out there, and I've won. But it's still easier, and I don't have to worry about that being a contravention, even of the spirit of what copyright is. And I can just provide that in the moment to those people, and it works. I don't think it was a coincidence that of all of the times that Discord has gone down in the last couple of years, right at the beginning of the Apple event a couple of weeks ago, it went down. Why do you think that was? Because people were sharing the Apple event right there, and it just boom, 3 minutes before whenever it was 11 o'clock my time, Discord went down. And I blame it on the Apple event.
I didn't think about it at all, actually, because, well, I don't use
didn't
Discord
know.
very much.
I was like, oh my God, my arm's been cut off. What's happening? I'm lost. And it was really hard for me for the 2 hours I think it was down. But
I'm
anyway,
so sorry for your loss.
We
So sorry. But did you die? And then you died. And if you guys didn't know, that quote came from this morning's live stream that I was a guest on, Ian Anderson Gray, and we were talking about, being able to go live. And I think at some point at the end of the quote, I was like, and then you die.
Yeah.
And
you were talking about the content creation process and being confident and taking all these risks and stuff. But at the end, you do all these things. And then you
die. So that and shut your lips and learn. Like, those are my two, shut your lips and learn is still so good.
That moment?
Oh, I did record it. It's on video. Yes, it's fully on video.
I gotta go find this.
But I think it's so hilarious that, it was to Alex Lyon, communication coach. So of all people to say, shut your lips and learn, to do it to basically a speech coach. Like, you could not write that any better than that. I mean, perfect.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at any of this.
No.
So good.
Shut your lips and learn. So Jason Perry did say the automation would be worth the fees. Absolutely. And so Pixelpia said, I worked so hard to learn and set up my digital store on WordPress. Now I have to learn to do it on Discord. But you never stop learning.
That's true.
It's true.
And Pixelpia, you don't have to replace that. Like I said, I still have a digital storefront on fhempires.com where people buy the memberships and then I grant them the membership privileges in Discord. And look, I'm not at the volume level where I've got 1,400 coming in a day. So I simply add people as they come into the server. And again, I'm providing that personal communication. So they're not strangers to me. Yeah. And then they have access to all the things that I'm doing for them other than what I'm providing on fhempires.com. So it's a mixed environment.
I think of it as not a replacement, but an addition. So,
yes,
add the bot to, maybe catch a few more sales, but, keep the stuff that you have up on WordPress up.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you could still direct people to your website. They're still going to buy stuff. It's just an extra easy in for people who are maybe in your Discord server or around that if they want to get into it, why not, right? It's just adding another place.
Think about it from an A/B testing sort of point of view, that if you're wondering, wow, do I not get as many sales because there's too much friction involved for somebody to go to my website and then to click this and set up a user account, do all that. Is it easy for them? Do I get more sales because it comes through the place where they already are? And it's boom, boom, boom like that. I mean, why is Instagram shopping so effective? Why is Amazon Live shopping so effective? All these things because they've reduced the friction because they brought the shopping interface where the person is in that moment. And Discord is just doing it another way. So you can figure out, oh yeah, this works better for me. Or maybe it doesn't. And you don't have to do anything. You're the boss of you.
Yeah. Or I'm the boss of you. Either will work. But you can buy my digital subscribe button on Etsy. You can buy it in the link below in the merch shelf that's integrated with Spring. You can go to the Spring site and buy it there. So it's just an additional place that you can buy it. And that's how I would kind of think of it. So maybe for you too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. So is there any other thing that you really wish people knew when it came to being able to think about how to monetize using Discord?
I think there's nothing really in particular. I just want to reinforce that spirit of being willing to try it out. So for those of you who are concerned, oh, I need to learn something else. I mean, remember that first time that you set up an account in Facebook, 20 years ago? You don't, because it happened a long time ago, but it was painful at the time. Remember when your status updates were your name and then you would just start a sentence? Do you remember those embarrassing days? That was your reality. And that was us on Facebook learning how to interact with this platform. And it grew with us. This is going to happen with Discord as well. So we're going to come in, we're going to stumble around a little bit. We're going to be, the weirdo at the party who doesn't know what table to go to and all that kind of stuff. And then pretty soon we're going to be in the middle of the room leading the new dance moves and, doing all this stuff because we create what we want out of these tools. So you're the boss, you're in the driver's seat. Think about what could be possible, and I bet we can make it happen.
So one thing I want to like commend you on is you were able to really find a hole in the market, right?
Yes.
A lot of people, when they think of Discord, they think of 15-year-old gamers. They think of, you know, like, oh, and like even as we started to get into this community, it was like, oh, I got to get them off Facebook, or I got to, what am I supposed to do with them? And, you know, and Doc, you know, shout out to him for being like, recognizing your side helpful is really helpful. You should charge money for this, right?
Yeah.
And really kind of falling into that and then like embracing it, being like, yeah, I should do that. And I think one thing that people forget sometimes is that it's okay to monetize your knowledge and give it to other people for a price, because what you're bridging for them is the time, right? You don't want to spend 10 years learning how to set up Discord. You want to spend a 30-minute session with Keely to have her set it up. You know, and that's what you're paying for is the convenience. And you were able to really recognize and be like, hey, this is what I can offer you, and this is how I can help. And I think for many of us on YouTube, it's always about like, how do I get monetized? How do I make money from AdSense? But it's really about, right? I always say it's like, it's the smallest piece of my revenue pie. And if you look at any of my monthly reports, you know that. And it's about finding sometimes a skill that you're good at, or you have you know, you got good at it really quick, and being able to be like, hey, I have this, I offer this, and now I'm selling this.
Exactly. I have 35 subscribers on Discord for Creators YouTube. I'm not embarrassed. I know you can look up the numbers, and I am making money.
Yeah.
Because I'm not waiting for YouTube.
You're not waiting for permission for, you know, that's what I always say is like, people are waiting for permission, like as if qualifying for AdSense is then like the go button. And I'm like, but you don't need that, right? Like even if you're charging $30 for a consultation over Zoom or something, or whatever it is, or in Discord, you're making more money than, heck, I make sometimes on my YouTube channel in a month. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's people have to get out of the mindset of, especially always thinking that YouTube is going to be the end destination or the beginning start point when it comes to monetization. And I will keep harping and keep telling people, like, you got to find other ways. You got to find other ways.
I agree. I am drinking your Kool-Aid in a wine-shaped glass.
Jerry says, first of all, I'm sorry, Jason Perry says, excuse you, look again, you have 36 now. So
wait.
If y'all are interested in learning about how to use Discord as a creator, monetize it, set it up correctly, go to Keely's YouTube channel. It is linked in the description below. And that's the new one about how to do everything in Discord. And if you want a checklist with step-by-step instructions of like the things that you should be looking for and setting in permissions, then download the freebie that's also in the description box, because Keely put that together for you. Oh, Pixelbia says 39. Excuse you very much.
Oh boy, this is like a fast growth day.
Excuse you, but did you just grow like 10% in like a matter of one live stream?
I did. Shelly, you're very powerful. Thank you.
Not me. Your community here. Your community, right? Awesome.
There you go.
So, Phil Starkovich in the house. Oh my gosh,
hey.
It's so great to see you. If you guys and gals don't know, Phil Starkovich is the one of the original creators, founders, coders behind TubeBuddy. And Mr. Starkovich, I'll have you know that I was going to leave a comment on your newly minted blog, but I could not register to leave a comment. But I was going to leave a comment and say congratulations on all of that and the positivity vibes on the blog. If you guys didn't know, he is keeping it very hush-hush, but I'm going to blab it to the dozen of you that are here. Phil's creating something new. We don't know exactly what it is yet, but he's building something and building a blog behind it.
Oh, this is great, because I just kind of met Phil over the last couple days, and he had a live stream adventure where he went out on his paddleboard, and I was like, oh wait, I've live streamed from a kayak, so I'm going to start a conversation with him, because I was like really interested in how he wanted to try to do this, and then suddenly like we're best friends. So
are you besties with Phil?
Hi. Yeah. We're
it probably didn't take you much
right now.
Oh, that's awesome. You swipe right on Phil. Right.
Swipe right.
You swiped right on that one. I think Phil and I had a slow start to our best friend journey only because like at the very beginning I was like, why don't you ever have females? Why is your product like this? Why don't you so it was a little different. But Phil being Phil, he's always like, I hear you. I'm listening. Yes. I'm taking your feedback. He's so sweet.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And that sounded very, very
But if you are like, oh my gosh, I love paddleboarding, and he's like, oh yeah, me too. That's like that's a relationship right there that has no friction to start with. So.
Oh yeah, I'll bring the friction later. Don't you worry. Don't worry.
Very good. Very good. Oh, Doc Rock in the house. Hey. Nice. And he said that he met Phil in San Diego last week. They were all at Social Media Marketing World. I was a little jealous because, it's in San Diego and the weather is always beautiful. But, like, all the fun people that were there, like Katie and Doc Rock, everyone was down there. Phil.
Absolutely. So this means you're going to go to People with Video, right?
I think so. I did buy a ticket to Vid Summit, which is also in September, because last year I went because I was a speaker there. This year, I don't know. We'll see. Yes, I know you missed me. Yeah. Why didn't you invite me down there? So I just got to guilt people. Like, you come to my live stream, I will guilt you too. So there's that. Let me know, where can people find you if they want to connect with you and learn more, or maybe join your Discord server, or, have you help them set up their Discord server?
Absolutely. If you go to discordforcreators.com / what did I make it? Did I make it server? Oh, this is what happens when you try to do things off the top of your head. Go to discordforcreators.com. And I've got just a nice, simple little one-page website. I have a made-up testimonial from Doc Rock because he hasn't gotten me his real one yet. Doc, just saying. And you will find all the links to my just very young social media properties. The link to the server obviously is right there. So please do go have a look. And let's start the conversation, because this is a new place. This is a new space for creators to start to invade and take over and make really, really cool. And I want to know what ideas you have, what questions you have, and ways that you can see yourself growing your communities here. So let's do it together.
Doc Rock, you are in trouble. He says, ugh.
Just wait till he reads his own testimonial. It's very funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everybody don't go for any other reason, but just to read what Doc says about me.
Okay. Now I'm curious. I'm like, oh, what does Doc say? You know what though? I will say Doc is a maker of promises and a keeper of none of them. I'm still waiting for this warm hug. So that's not happened. So I'm just cold and
yeah.
No, Doc Rock.
But what Doc Rock does, as so many other people in the space do, is he lifts up other people. And I really do have to thank him. I know he had a big hand in this happening. You and did I point the right way? I did point the right way. You and I, making friends and being on each other's live streams and, getting to know each other. And Doc is there, the one who's saying, if I'm going to impact, I think he says 1 billion people, then he needs to have many people who are impacting their millions as well. And he's acting on it. And I really appreciate that. And that's what we can all do as creators, is grow our communities so that we grow people who will have further impacts and we exponentially make the world better.
Perfect. That was perfect. Should we do one boogie together, since, you're here, I'm here. Let's do a boogie, and then we'll say goodbye to all the people. And please connect with Keely and get not only her checklist, but go check out the new channel, especially because as you're getting started, you're going to have a lot of questions about Discord as a creator. And also, if you're looking for an additional thing to watch, you can watch her kind of do a makeover on my existing server. So you may be someone also in that position where you kind of have it. Maybe you thought it was set up correctly, maybe not. Maybe take a watch of that, because that might give you some fun nuggets in there as well for things to look at. And I got bonus points for certain things, so I'd be like, yeah.
You sure did. And I haven't changed a thing since. I have not. Okay, I may have snuck in there and just cleaned up a couple permissions that were a little bit wonky and that sort of thing. Because I was like, I don't think she wants everybody to see that, so I'm gonna knock that down.
Maybe I do. I don't know.
Maybe you did.
All right, we're gonna bring in the funk. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Here we go.
like a good chair dance.
No one I want to be friends with. Swipe left on that.
Comedic callback. I love it.
There we go. We'll go under the sea. Here we go.
Oh, it's even fancier now. I hope you're dancing too, Sophia. Everyone has to dance.
Everyone has to dance for their supper here. Thank you for tuning in with us. We will see you all next week. Go check out Keely on our YouTube channel. Thank you, everyone. We'll talk to you later. Bye.